We just got some good news here last night, and they're calling him an officer. Steve Arkell was shot in the line of duty. Actually, what happened was a piece of shit pig did what we told him not to do and got shot in the face. We were right here. We did a video right from where I'm standing saying, if you come into our homes, we're going to shoot you. You're going to be shot dead. They don't listen. See, our servants don't want to listen to the authority of the citizens. In fact, a lot of the servants think they are the authority. And the National Advisory has come up with a new way to articulate our message to the ignorant pigs that call themselves officer. Because we know Officer Steve Arkell is dead now, serving his time in hell. Our gist of our campaign, our new campaign for the National Advisory is, know your place or get shot in the face. It's a very simple rhyme to understand the rules of engagement. If you, a public servant, don't understand your place, ask us at the National Advisory. It's very simple. You're a servant. Learn how to behave like a servant. A servant is not an authority. A lot of people are Christians in this country, and they believe a servant should be answerable to the master. You're not an authority. When a servant begins to behave like an authority, that's tyranny. So what we have now is when an officer, and what I'm talking about now is why I'm bringing this here, talking about it, is why would our Maggie has saying, well, because she's an idiot, of course, she's an insane, moronic idiot. But she's saying all of New Hampshire is mourning for the loss of this idiot pig, Steve Arkell, who now is serving time in hell because this idiot servant didn't know his place and he got shot in the face. So remember, the message from the National Advisory is to all you idiot servants who think you're an authority, if you don't know your place, you're going to get shot in the face. I'm going to bring out a shotgun here. I normally wouldn't have a shotgun in this message, but the Department of Justice doesn't like it when I say a message and shoot a gun off. A shotgun. They're worried about a shotgun. Isn't that strange? The Vice President is telling us to go out and get a shotgun because they don't want us to have machine guns. But now they're worried about me shooting off a shotgun. They didn't like it. They don't like it when I shoot off, so I'm going to do it. Just because they don't like it. I wasn't going to have it in this message. I was just going to go on about letting the message know that, no, our governor's wrong. All of New Hampshire's not mourning for this idiot, Steve Arkell, who's now rotting in hell. That we're glad. That's what we've been talking about, people all over the state. I mean, I was just having a conversation with a gentleman the other day talking about they're going to get shot. I mean, that's the language that Americans are speaking, especially here in New Hampshire. We had another place where, how many officers? Were there 8 officers shot in Greenville? We'll get the name to get it right. But there's another one in where I'm right by a town of Colebrook. And there, I'm going to shoot, maybe we should do a shot from there. Right from, we have a tombstone for the judge and the police officer that was shot. They didn't know their places. They got shot. You know, another one, they think they're an authority. There's something, they get a delusion. Even though it's a crime in America to pretend to be royal in any way, the judges are pretending to be royal. They want you to rise and stuff. That's for royalty. That's not for anything to be done in America. That's a crime. Just that, just let alone this idiot pig, Steve Arkell, barging in somebody's home. You think you're going to barge in your home and not get shot in the face? Well, that's a servant who didn't know his place. And they've been told over and over again, you're going to get shot. I did videos. I've been blue in the face for 20 years. I've been warning them. And for 20 years, those idiots have been blundering into the place where they don't know their place. They don't know they're a servant in their master's home, the person who pays their bills, and they get shot in the face. Well, that's what's going to always happen to an idiot servant who doesn't know his place. The National Advisory, once again, is trying to educate our public servants. Know your place or get shot in the face. This has been Christopher Paul Cambron for the National Advisory. Know your place or get shot in the face. I've been spent the last several months going around these mountains of northern New Hampshire, and there's not one person who is not just excited about blowing away these public servants that become tyrants and want to live off us. We see the property tax system as enforced rent. They're asking us to pay rent for land we own. We own the land. We own the homes. We shouldn't have to pay taxes. So everybody's just fired up about that, not even We're not even talking about the police brutality in a police state and all that. We're just talking about the nuts and bolts of you taking money from us. So there's not one person I've communicated with throughout the northern New Hampshire that doesn't say it's time to put a bullet in their head. And I've been warning these stupid servants. You know, you yell up to them, you have to take responsibility. If you pay your taxes, you're supporting their wives and children. You have to explain to these idiot servants what's going on. And it says, if you don't know your place, you're going to get shot in the face. Before those 7 or 8 down in Greenville or something down there in southern New Hampshire, there's a 7, what is it, a couple years ago, maybe about 3 years ago, a bunch of police got shot. And the same thing, the shooting, and the cowardly police, the cowardly pigs, ran away squealing like the cowardly little pigs, the fiend animal sick pigs they are. And many of them got shot, thank God. A similar thing. It's a similar thing. They didn't know their place and got shot. Up here in Colebrook, we have a judge and police officer that got shot. They didn't know their place. The judge didn't know their place. Got shot. Can't even find that on the internet. Another judge right in a state next door in Vermont. Over there in Colchester, Vermont. Another judge shot. Did nothing on the news about it. But these are incompetent idiots, part of a pig system that has failed America. This has failed the United States of America, this pig system. Used to be law enforcement, now it's some criminal pig situation. It's a criminal pig organization just to make sure they control us, because what it gets down to is they're worried about the environment and the weather, and they're going to hunker down on control of us now to know that it's going to get worse and harder to control us as the weather gets worse. So the answer to the police state was always, I thought it was completely idiotic what they're doing. Attacking system, well, you're going to make a lot of trouble. You're going to get shot in the face a lot, like we're seeing now. So they've been being warned by myself as director of the National Advisory for over 20 years. Hey, you do that, you're going to get shot in the face. Oh, they're not going to listen. And that used to be our old saying for the National Advisory. Listen to what we tell you or die. That was for 20 years. We were telling the presidents, that President Clinton, President Bush, and this idiot, incompetent Obama, do what we say or die. Or people will die. You know, it's basically basic, just like the new basic saying for us to articulate the message of the citizens, the taxpayers, to our servants. Know your place or get shot in the face. This has been Christopher Paul Cambron for the National Advisory, and join me in this revolution of just standing up and taking ownership of your country. Pick up a gun, any kind of gun. I don't give a shit if it's a shotgun or a machine gun, and shoot them in the face. If they don't know their place, shoot them in the face. You have a good night, y'all.